Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, yet again, a very interesting episode. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the SEC. We have an update slash question on Flare. We're gonna be talking about this article and this article right here too, so just stick around, and there's a lot of info that you wanna have, so once more, watch it all the way through. Now, Arturo Portilla just posted on Twitter, if the SEC is so convinced that they're on the right side of the facts and the law regarding the lawsuit against Ripple, why are they not launching other enforcement actions against projects that are akin to XRP when it comes to issuance or distribution? What exactly are they waiting for? And James, who is a very well-known defense lawyer by now specifically, has replied to that saying, I think the SEC underestimated Ripple and thought they would roll over, and that isn't going to happen in my opinion. So I would like to quickly stress my own opinion right here because I firmly believe this is an important subject to think about. It's actually something that is still up for debate, but I think after hearing my 2 cents, you guys will all agree that, well, most likely there's not too much that's going to be following. Well, hear me out. So, I personally think that the SEC sued Ripple after a couple of years of investigating, either because Jay Clayton saw XRP as third in line and just wanted to kind of have, after Bitcoin and Ether being positively regulated, some big crypto having some negative or, serious regulation. On a different end, that's again one option. It could have also been that they've been investigating multiple different cryptos. XRP is where they started because it's the biggest and it's basically the next after Ethereum. And they thought they would just roll over really quickly, get this lawsuit done, get XRP sealed as a security. They didn't really think through exactly what they wanted to sue them for anyway. They just wanted to come to a quick conclusion and then move on forward with the list by then suing, for example, 7 parties in a really short amount of time. However, since they noticed that Ripple's defense was insanely strong, and the facts they dug up and the history they dug up was mind-bogglingly good, all of a sudden they had so much trouble where they know now, if they're going to sue any other party, and Ripple, for example, wins on the fair notice defense, or these other parties all bundle together to investigate the SEC is not going to come out of that one alive. Why? Well, hear me out. Right now, Ripple's making the argument that they want to see the communications from the SEC regarding Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP because they want to see how they were regulated. Now, if they're going to sue some other company, all of those companies will come and use Ripple's same defenses, which, for example, will be fair notice, but also within that fair notice, the kind of part where it is right now just not clear, because again, that's what fairness is about. It's not clear right now what exactly makes something a security, and if multiple lawsuits get made, there's no way for the SEC to say again that they do not want to give the Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP documents. And think about it. The SEC has given the judge the quote-unquote argument that it's too much of a burden to look through all these documents for Ripple. If they now sue 7 other cryptos that are really akin to Ripple slash XRP on the side, they can't make that argument of, oh, it's too much of a burden, because the judge will always think, well, you brought it up on yourself by suing so many companies at the same time, you stupid asses. Why did you do that then? So the conclusion is they want to fix this XRP first. They would most likely want to either go to a settlement where they basically don't admit XRP as a security, but they do admit that Ripple sold XRP a couple of times as a security. That would, for us, leave no consequences except for Ripple with a fine. XRP to be properly regulated from here on forward. Again, the SEC having some money and just all coming good. If they get that, though, the SEC can actually sue different companies on the same type of grounds, hoping potentially to get the same kind of result. Just a little sum of money and then move on to the next one. A little sum of money, then a little sum of money, then move on. What the consequences for Ethereum? That is extremely hard to tell because as it currently stands, if Ripple is going to lose at one point or another, I firmly believe that the SEC should lose. That Ethereum should lose too. But again, that is just my opinion. I can't build that up on facts, except for the fact that right now, as we all know, William Hinman of the SEC, an ex-SEC member, has confirmed by now that No crypto, no, I don't think even Bitcoin has been properly regulated. They've just been proposals and ideas, but nothing is really official, and everything is still up for debate / can change. Make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand that. All right, then XRP Ripple Effect. Is this the best way to keep the SEC in check? Now, the SEC, Deed and alleged, failed to intervene back when it granted permission to Ripple to buy 9% of MoneyGram, knowing that XRP would be traded or distributed by Ripple to MoneyGram. Because why? Well, in this whole ordeal, it was actually mentioned, and the SEC has to agree on this specific transaction, which they did. In fact, this was the case even when Coinbase went to the SEC in 2019 before it listed XRP, because we know Coinbase has a really close tie with the SEC, and they asked them, and they didn't do anything about it. Here, it's worth pointing out that many, including those seemingly in favor of the SEC's action, have decried the timing of the said lawsuit, especially since it's been years since Ripple and XP have been in the market, and the aforementioned acts of omission are a critical part of the defendant's fair notice defense in the aforementioned lawsuit, and a defense under which they have claimed that Ripple didn't have reasonable fair notice that its sales of XRP were illegal sales of securities, which is really true. John Deedon, the attorney, is the lead representative of a class of XRP holders who wish to intervene in the lawsuit, and when asked what the settlement in the present case would absolutely need, he responded, "If the judge allows us to participate, the first thing we're going to do is file a declaratory judgment asking the court as a matter of law to say exactly what Judge Castell said in Telegram case, where he said that Gram itself is just an alphanumeric code. That's the same with XRP. He added, as a matter of law, XRP itself is an asset, and any settlement will have to distinguish between sales of XRP and in those early years versus the sales on secondary markets." Now, that being said, there was some pushback from the panel itself, with Professor Carol Goforth among the ones to claim that while the timing of the lawsuit was all wrong, under the law, the SEC's action were perfectly justified. She added, the XRP holders bought XRP because they expected Ripple to push up the value of the token so that it would be a speculative, profitable investment. It's a common enterprise, and everyone's interest in XRP rises or falls together, and it is something where they are expecting profits from the efforts of Ripple, and that makes it a security. All right, so that is a little bit of a side note on the lawsuit right now. Where basically, it's pointed out now that the SEC has made multiple mistakes throughout this journey. For example, FinCEN declaring XRP a convertible digital currency in the past. The SEC never intervening back then. The SEC never intervening from Ripple buying into MoneyGram and sending XRP there. The SEC never sending a letter out to Coinbase or denying to Coinbase that they shouldn't do that. There's so many mistakes which people are wondering about, like right now, like why and how and why. It's just really strange to me. Now, moving on, I want to quickly come back to this whole Flare ordeal. I've been seeing a ton of articles even now being posted, but I kind of wonder what's going on with Flare. A lot of people said June is going to be launched plus minus 2 to 4 weeks, and so, I mean, I'm still waiting for it. I guess July might be the month. Some of you guys have said, whoa, Flare is coming up, but when I checked it out, no, it wasn't. I kind of wonder exactly what's going on with that and if you guys are still excited for it. I mean, to me, it's free money, so I can never deny it. I can never be against it. But to be completely honest with you, I can't say I am that extremely excited. That's only on the basis that it's been such an extremely big hassle. It's been so much back and forth, and so much stress for people regarding the taxes that I've had to answer so many questions and go into so many discussions, and I'm kind of in the middle now. Like, let's just get it over with and let's just start to go to the next phase because it's free money, right? So, yeah, in the end, Joel Katz or David Schwartz put up a proposal. They didn't go into it. Right now, there's a new article which says Flare unveils the plan to send 100 billion Spark tokens to XP holders in a massive airdrop. It's actually not something new. It basically just explains the entire process, which was planned from the get-go. I went to check the founder, his Twitter, and no, there hasn't been any update as of this point either. So, well, yeah, basically there hasn't been any new proposal. He just basically said that he regretted making that one proposal back in the day. But as it currently stands, I still believe the first 15% will just be airdropped to people. And then from that point forward, the people will be able to vote whether or not the rest should be burned or whether or not they'll just keep getting it or what exactly is going to happen from that point forward. But all I can say, guys, is let us see. I am, however, really excited. Mostly for the money, I guess, for free money, and to see if the value will be 1 cent, a fraction of a cent, or like $1 or so, like some people were expecting. What do you guys think when Flare launches? What do you think the price will be? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, now that you've put in the comment section what your flare price prediction is, top strategists and portfolio managers review Bitcoin's feasible price point by the end of 2021, and it isn't looking great. Guys, I've explained it before, whenever you see an article like this, already know from the back of your head that these guys are trying to make you feel some sort of way. Top strategists and portfolio managers, a lot of these guys are just holding on through. They don't care about what the media says. They don't care what other people are doing. They're holding because they know this tech is about to make them a whole lot of freaking money. Now, here it says that by the end of 2021, Bitcoin will be trading below 30K, according to 44% of respondents in a quarterly survey conducted by CNBC, following a report by CNBC's Squawk Box. Quote, 44% of respondents in CNBC quarterly survey say Bitcoin will be below 30,000 at the end of the year. So already from this perspective, I'm like, as of this point, right? Because I read the rest of the article, it will become a little bit more clear. But as of this point, you don't know who the respondents were. You don't know what type of investors they are. You don't know what type of business they normally conduct in. So you don't know if these are big Bitcoin bears, like they're gold institutional investors, for example, or gold portfolio managers. You know what I mean? Like just traditional stuff, bank managers. We don't really have any clue. And also, it could also be that these guys are just quote-unquote idiots who are going with the flow of, oh, fear in the markets, price going down. But all right. Additionally, the two groups of respondents, each consisting of 25%, believe that Bitcoin would be trading at 40 to 50K, while only 6% think that the top crypto will be worth 60,000. And from that perspective, I'm sometimes thinking, well, maybe these guys are just really well diversified because there's still people who do have higher up predictions. I mean, a quarter of the people still think, 40 to 50K. Yet only 6% think it is going to be above 60K in the next 6 months or so. No, I believe that this this survey has been quite biased. Can I prove it? No, but to be honest with you, I don't really fall into these types of analyses. I don't know. It's not really my style, guys. So don't let yourself get distracted. Make your own opinion. If you want to do an interview like this, do it on your own. You go through a really elaborate process and ask these people, because in this specific case here, we don't know exactly. It's a CNBC report, so you already know they're going to have some stupid facts in there because that's always what they do. Let's quickly check what the people responded, saying, all this tells us is that there's still a lot of people who don't understand. I guess I can also find myself with that one. All right. And then Ethereum's breakout at $2,500 depends on these factors. Also not true. It's only going to depend on what Bitcoin is going to be doing, to be completely honest with you. If you're looking into all these fancy little indicators and parts, I think you're playing the wrong game. If you think that Ethereum can move on its own to a certain level without Bitcoin's support, you're in the wrong. Are we going there? Are we going to a place where Ethereum can actually move independently of Bitcoin? Yes. And I don't think it is actually that far away. But as it currently stands, no. It is Bitcoin. And everything will follow Bitcoin until the utility kicks in and takes over. I mean, Ethereum has definitely gotten a couple of good jabs in the last couple of weeks, but it will still take a little bit of time for it to fully be independent and move on its own. Why, you might wonder? Well, because Bitcoin is still half of the market. And you should see that as a normal stocks, if all the major stocks that you know fall, that might be half of the entire S&P. Well, if all those fall, then the S&P is going to fall. It's just logic, right? So that's, again, the same thing with the crypto market. Alright guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video soon.